If you talk about following the thread in this discussion, incremental versus adjacent versus transformational, well, if you go to what I talked about before, about the what, where, and how, transformational covers all of them. So it's saying that we are simultaneously playing with all of those levers. We're thinking about a different job to be done. We might be thinking about a different geography, and we are critically thinking about changes to our business and operating model. Now, of course, this is something that's going to be the hardest thing to do, so it better promise the greatest returns, or we ought not to do it because it's going to be a really hard thing to pull off.
I think it's very important to think about the fact that transformational can be a real transformation in how we think about problem space, about the job to be done. And we are definitely thinking about pushing the frontier, pushing the boundaries on those dimensions. What I think is also important is to recognize that when we are in that breakthrough transformation space, we're thinking about carrying multiple types of risks simultaneously, and that is really difficult for the organization to do. I agree with Scott and Alex that a lot of this is about consistency and definition. And so while the boundary between, adjacent and transformational may be hard to really sort of precisely define, recognizing as we're looking at these sorts of projects that we are taking on a lot of risk, and we are thinking about how to manage both that big change in solution space and a often simultaneously large change in problem space. And that requires management and leadership.
Ultimately, the key thing here is whatever word you use, it's thinking about the implications of that. So if you are pushing into an area where it's a new customer, it's a new solution, you're changing the business model, you've got lots of unknowns. You've got many more assumptions than you have knowledge. So this is this whole explore, exploit thing. You've got to use a flashlight in the darkness. You don't simply know exactly what to do. And so in that case, you need different people, different processes.